Manifestation is about programming yourself to become the person who already has what you desire and coding their thoughts, feelings, and actions into your system. It's not just an internal game where you're just passively scripting, you're passively visualizing, and passively just saying affirmations. It's also an external game where you need to master the habits and actions of the version of you that already has the desire you want. For example, if you're trying to manifest wealth, but you're just sitting on your couch, playing video games all day, scrolling, eating Cheetos, and you're expecting that money will just drop into your lap but not doing anything, you're never going to be rich. Because here's how it works. When you're in that mindset stage of just trying to get your beliefs in alignment, trying to make your beliefs feel like you already have the money that you want and you're already wealthy right now, but you don't do anything externally, you're wasting all of the opportunities the universe is sending you. The universe is going to be giving you little nudges after it sees you believing that you're already wealthy. It's going to be like, okay, here's an opportunity for you to earn wealth. Here's a career that you could get into. Here's a job opportunity. Here's a business opportunity for you to look into. And you're just being sent all of these opportunities, and then you see the opportunity, and then you're like, I don't have to do anything. Manifestation is passive. And then the universe is looking at you like, oh my God, I am sending you everything you need. Why are you not taking this? Why? That's what it's like if you're just passively manifesting without taking any action. If you have a meaningful goal or a dream in your heart, you need to start taking action towards it so it can finally materialize in your outside world. And the universe's job is to send you these different opportunities, and your job is to take those opportunities and see where they lead. You just have to do that. You just have to prepare yourself to receive it, but you have to take action to receive it. Because here's how success works. You have to have the right mindset, and you also have to take the right actions, and then coupled with luck, aka the universe doing its part to send you your desire, you will manifest whatever you want in your life. But a lot of people in manifestation that I see, they're always like, I don't have to do anything, manifestation should be effortless, etc., etc. And a part of that is right. You don't have to exactly go out of your way and do things, but you should consciously take the effort to become the person who already has your desires and act like them. The goal shouldn't be you trying to make your desire materialize in the outside world. Your goal, your only job, is to embody and align with the version of you who already has that desire and match their beliefs, their thoughts, their expectations, and their habits and actions. So the person who wants to have a healthy body, what they would do is that they would make the conscious effort to go and work out every single day if they don't do that already. Go and eat healthy as much as they can if they don't do that already. Because the version of them that's healthy, has the body, does both of these things. But if they're just sitting in their couch, visualizing, saying affirmations in the mirror, trying to trick themselves into thinking they're already healthy but not do anything about it, they won't manifest their desire. The universe will be sending them opportunities, sending them like a workout course or a workout class or a new nutritionist that they could check out and focus on improving their diet with. The universe will send you those nudges, but if you don't act on them, nothing will materialize. So the person that wants to manifest wealth into their life, what they should do is just ponder and think to themselves, okay, what would the version of me that is already rich and wealthy, what would they do day to day? Obviously, they would be productive, they would work on their business, they would be disciplined, they would be putting in an effort to make an impact in the world, and they would be focused. And you can see the differences between how you feel right now and what you do right now and the version of you that already has what you want. You can literally, if you just take this exercise and just do it, you can see the clear differences. And that's why if you want to manifest wealth, you have to first take a little bit of action to actually go and look at different career opportunities, business opportunities, all of those things. Because by doing those actions, you will eventually get a nudge by the universe to go and take a certain business idea. Like maybe starting your own cupcake business. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. Maybe I'm a little hungry. I didn't eat breakfast yet. But you get the opportunity and the little nudge to go and start your own cupcake business. And then you work on that, you're productive with that, you work on it every single day, and eventually you will get the wealth that you want. And it all starts with you taking tiny, small action steps towards that desire. And a lot of people, honestly, I don't blame you if the thought of finally acting on your desire is a little scary. Because we've lived in a way for so long, we've grown comfortable in a certain way of just living, being in our comfort zones, and experiencing life in a certain way, that when you have this new desire, when you have your dream life, and when you think of getting to it, embodying it, and doing things that will help you get to that dream life, it's honestly a little scary. And because it's not what you know. It's not what you're used to. And your nervous system will be a little freaked out, will be a little anxious when you start making these little baby steps to change your reality and take action. And I want to tell you that that is so normal. That is completely normal. I went through that. Everyone who went to a different level of their life and upgraded it and manifested whatever they desired, they all went through that stage of being a little scared and anxious in their own body because they're not used to what success that desire could bring, that life experience that desire could bring. For example, I was so afraid of starting my own business in the beginning because I just knew myself. I just viewed myself as a person that was a typical student, a normal person, not a person that's an adventurous risk taker. And the idea of starting my own business and earning money as a career path really scared me, but I knew that was what I wanted. And the truth is, the only way to overcome it is just to take slow action and persist through that fear. Persist through it. Like if you're starting to go to the gym for the first time, you might feel a little bit weird, you're going to feel anxious, you're going to feel strange, even though you know that going to the gym every single day will give you the body that you want and make you feel healthy and confident. And that's because our brains are wired for comfort, not for our happiness, not to give us the life that we desperately crave, not to keep us so blissful and happy. Our brains want comfort. They crave comfort because in primal times, that's what kept us alive. Safety. Focusing on being safe is what kept us alive in primal times, which led to you now having parents, having grandparents that brought you here and let you be existing here because of that one instinct we had in the past. But now we don't need that instinct anymore because we're not in physical danger throughout our lives. But your brain sees situations as things that could cause physical danger, such as big changes in your life. You going after a dream that was only in your head before, and now you're trying to put effort towards it. Your brain will resist it. Your brain will feel scared. But persist through that pain period, and when you get to the other side, you will be able to work on your desire, on your goals, on your dreams, and you will be able to get to your dream life. Persist through it. It's a temporary pain period of your brain resisting you doing the new habit, you doing a new action. Just do it anyway, even if you feel scared. And eventually your brain will now rewire, and that dream life, that desired version of yourself, will become your new normal, will become your new comfortable. If you want to create anything meaningful in your life, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to teach your brain that it's okay to try new things, that it's okay to get success and make yourself feel safe in your own body. And it's just a weird concept to think of. You want the success, but your own brain is afraid of what it could bring because you're not used to it. If you want a body that's incredible, if you want to feel healthy, but your brain, if it's all that it's known is unhealthiness, is feeling insecure, feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, this new sensation of feeling confident in your body, of feeling healthy, is like danger to it. It's scary because it's not what it's used to. I want you to think of this pain period as going to the gym for the first time. If you go to the gym for the first time, you work out, you are going to be sore. You're going to feel sore because you never ever worked out in your life before. And because you feel sore and because you feel uncomfortable, are you going to quit? Are you going to be like, oh no, the gym's not for me, it hurts too bad, I'm just going to go back to not being active and just laying on my couch and sleeping all day? Is that the logical thing to do? Of course not. But this is what so many people do when it comes to their dreams. They take action towards it, they feel a little bit afraid, and then they come back. Like there's literally so many people that I know in my current life right now that my mom also knows, and they always complain about, oh no, if I go to the gym, it's gonna hurt my body, it's gonna hurt my knees, and that's why I'm never gonna go to the gym again, because it just hurts. I just went there for the first day and it hurts too bad. I'm not gonna go anymore. And my mom is always like so confused when they say that, and she's always gonna be like, no, wait, that's like a temporary period. You gotta go to the gym, and when you go to the gym, the pain will go away and you'll be stronger than you were before. But they never listen. So if you don't want to be like those old ladies that struggle to go to the gym every day and just complain about going to the gym because their knees hurt instead of persisting through it, then start to take action, even if it feels uncomfortable at first for your brain. And it's so important to start, because this is what will create the life that you want. Your life is at stake here. Your entire life is on stake here. If you keep procrastinating, if you keep postponing it, thinking, well, maybe I'll do it when I have more time. Maybe I'll go after my desire when I do have more time. Maybe I'll start to work out when I have more time. You're just postponing everything. You're postponing your dream life. So I'm going to be teaching you how to create and find habits that align with what you truly want, your dream life. So watch this video till the end. I'll give you all of those tips. But first of all, I just want to nail in the importance of being brave enough to take action, prioritizing it, and instead of making excuses like, I don't have enough time, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not blah blah blah. You already have time to manifest using your mindset, and it won't take much effort either for you to find some little time chunks throughout your day to take action to solidify the version of you that already embodies and has your desire. When you feel like the version of you that already has your desire and you embody them 80% of your day through your actions, your words, your talk, your whatever, you will manifest what you want. Once that becomes your dominant energetic state, once you feel like you're having the energy of that person, when you feel like you are that person and you act like them, act as if you were already them, even if you don't see anything else in your reality, even if you don't see the desire in your reality, you will get that desire. And this is gonna sound kind of harsh, but the truth is, you're the only one that cares about those dreams in your heart, cares about the desires in your heart of traveling, of getting into a relationship, of making that business, of going into that career, of being an artist, of being a rock star, of whatever. You're the only one that cares about your dreams. Society does not care about your happiness or your dreams. If you've ever wondered if the school system, if the government is tailored to help you succeed and help you be happy, it is not. Society, the system that we've been put into, just wants you to become a good worker, just wants you to help them make profit, and just wants you to become a model citizen that they can profit out of and they can get more success from. If you put your fate into the hands of other people, if you let other people decide your life for you, your parents, your family, your friends, the government, your school, if you let them decide your dreams and how you have to live for you, it's not going to be happy. It's not going to work out in your favor because they're going to only prioritize what they can get. And it's going to be a little scary too, because maybe you've just grown up with the fear of judgment, fear of what other people would think of you, fear of what your parents would think of. But the truth is, no one really cares. No one really cares. No one's monitoring you 24/7, looking at what you're doing with your life. Other than your family, maybe. But your family will understand if you go choose an unconventional path that you know will make you happy, but isn't the norm. Your family will understand that. They might get angry a little bit. They might freak out, but then it'll go away. They might be surprised, but they will support you. They will support you because your family just wants you to be happy. And a lot of families, they mistake happiness for safety. But safety does not equate happiness, and we already know that it's not what's going to make us happy because our comfort zone keeps us stuck in the same place, in a state of repetition, unable to truly enjoy the spices and flavors life has to offer. And they care about your happiness. So go after that dream of yours in your heart. Your friends care about your happiness. If they don't, if they tell you not to go after your dream and tell you to play it small, then you might want to question if they are actually your friends or not. You can create whatever life your heart desires. Whatever dream you have in your heart, whatever it is, you can create it in your reality. You can do it. If you want to become someone that's incredibly beautiful, incredibly attractive, dresses up in luxurious clothes, goes to amazing parties, and lives in a life of luxury, traveling the world, you can become that person. Even if right now you feel insecure about yourself, you're just stuck in your parents' basement, you don't know what you're going to do with your life. Even if you feel like it's such a far-fetched dream, you can get it through the power of manifestation. You can get it because the only things you can control are your thoughts and your actions. And when you control these two things to align with the version of you that has the dream life that you want, the universe will deliver it for you. The universe is the one that's going to be tinkering away and helping you find the opportunities for you to take that will lead you to slowly getting to your dream life. And even if you feel super overwhelmed and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing because maybe you want to become a professional baseball player and right now you're just a student, you don't know how you're going to get there and you're just super overwhelmed because that's a big desire you have but you don't know what to do. Start small. How do you walk a 1,000-mile journey? You start with the first step. Start with the smallest, tiniest step. Okay? For example, if you do want to lose weight, you're not going to go to the gym one day. You're not going to just work out for 5 hours, completely destroy your body, try to lift like 500-pound weights, and then go home crying about how much the gym hurts and never go back again. That's not how you're going to be consistent with the gym, right? And I want you to think of that the same way as any other desire that you have. You're not going to immediately overwhelm yourself and put yourself in such a big situation that your nervous system starts to freak out, you start to freak out, you start to feel scared, and you feel like you want to run away. You're just going to start small. If you're starting a business for the first time, you start small by researching different business ideas in your free time. And then eventually that will lead to something else, and that will lead to something else. If you're going to the gym for the first time, you don't immediately start lifting 500-pound weights. You start small, and then you work your way up. And that's how you're going to start adding in the habits that the version of you that already has your desire does. Maybe the version of you that's a successful musician, they would probably go on tour, they would have amazing concerts and stuff like that. You don't have to immediately freak out and overwhelm yourself like, oh my god, this person goes to concerts and is traveling the world, but I'm just someone that's stuck in my basement and I don't know what to do. And I don't even have like a band that I could work with. I don't even know what instrument I want to play. So the first step for you to take, the first habit and action for you to take would be to figure out what instrument you like to play. Figure out what feels good to you. And then from that moment onwards, you can just start to practice that instrument and take classes for that instrument maybe. And then after you start to take classes, maybe that could lead to you auditioning for a company. It's all going to work out, and it all starts with one single step that you take in that direction. In my own personal life, I really, really like dance, and I wanted to dance on stage, and I wanted to make dance a big part of my life. But I found that out when I was like past the age where most kids sign up for dance classes. So I had no dance experience, none, but I still had the desire of exploring dance more and getting more into it. So what I did was that I knew that I can't overwhelm myself. I knew that if I put too much pressure on becoming a professional dancer and going on stage and dancing and being super good, if I put too much pressure on myself to do all those things, then I would never go after that dream. So I decided to start really, really small, like playing a dance video on my phone and looking at it and dancing to it every single day for like 5 minutes. And then after a couple of weeks, I started to get more courage. I started to get the courage to sign up for a dance class and explore different dance classes. And the first dance class that I went to honestly wasn't for me. It really, really sucked, and I didn't like it at all. But I knew that I really wanted to keep pursuing dance, so then I found another dance class, and I'm going there weekly. And I know that eventually, once I keep this up, once I keep attending this dance class, it might build up to me auditioning. And I'm excited to see where it will go. That's why I want you to start really small with these goals of yours, with these desires of yours. Now, For the rest of the video, I'll be explaining how you can figure out what habits you're supposed to actually be doing day to day, weekly, for you to get closer to that desire of yours and for you to embody that version of you that has your desire. I'll help you break it down in a really easy way, and by the time you're done with this video, you'll know what to do. You'll know what action steps to take, because action is so important for you to create your dream life, because your habits, coupled with your mindset, is what will bring you to the dream life that you want. First of all, let's get into step number 1. You're going to be, first of all, identifying your life vision and breaking down your life vision into long-term goals. Your life vision is basically the overarching view of what your lifestyle, if it was perfect, would look like. What is the perfect lifestyle that you would enjoy waking up to every single day? What would make you feel so fulfilled, so happy, so blissful? My personal lifestyle is one where I'm traveling the world. I'm my own boss. I have freedom to work whenever I want. I have enough free time to do whatever hobbies I want. I take care of my health. I'm very healthy, and I dress in a way that makes me feel very confident. I also like to dance, and I'm dancing consistently in my life. I have a bunch of fun hobbies and friends. That's what my overarching lifestyle looks like. Maybe yours could be one where you're living a life in luxury. Maybe yours could be one where you're traveling the world and you're like a digital nomad and you're just exploring different locations, etc. What is the overarching view of your life that you want? Now, once you have like a vague idea of what it looks like, you can write this down. By the way, that would be super powerful. You can then think to yourself, okay, what are the biggest accomplishments that I have in this life vision? What are the biggest things that I have to accomplish, manifest, get to in order to have a life like this? And for me, I knew that if I wanted a lifestyle where I could work whenever I want, I was my own boss, I needed to start my own online business. And that's a very long-term goal that I identified. Because figure out what accomplishments / biggest things you need to accomplish to get to your life vision are, and figure out what those are, and those can be your long-term goals. So my long-term goal was starting a successful online business that gave me consistent income. Maybe yours could be something like you want the lifestyle of an actress or an actor, so that's your long-term goal. You want to become a successful actress / actor or musician or whatever. And maybe another one of your long-term goals that you have to accomplish. Like for me, I personally chose 3. And the first one was I needed to start an online business so I could have freedom of time and freedom of spending money however I want. And the second one was being very, very healthy. Being super active, being in tip-top shape, feeling attractive and feeling happy and confident about myself. And also it was kind of coupled with manifesting and having amazing relationships around me. So that was also a long-term goal. And then my third long-term goal was to pursue dance and become a successful dancer as well, and go on stage and actually dance professionally as a fun hobby, side gig, I don't know. But that was one of my long-term goals. Those are all my 3 long-term goals. So figure out 3 long-term goals that you have from looking at your life vision. And then once you have those goals, make sure that the process of you accomplishing that goal is actually fun for you. You enjoy the process of getting to that goal, not the reward that that desire would give you when you get it. For example, if you think that you want to be a successful rock star, a successful musician on stage, think to yourself, would you actually like the process of getting there? Would you actually like the countless nights practicing your instrument with your band? Would you like the process of, in the beginning, you're not going to get many fans watching your shows? Would you like the process of constantly traveling different places, not being able to see your loved ones frequently? Would you like the process of getting to that desire? If you would genuinely like it, and if you genuinely think it would be worth it, then go after it. But if you don't think it's worth it, then it might not be the right long-term goal, the right life vision for you that will make you the most happy and most fulfilled. Another example would be you trying to become a doctor because you know that the rewards of becoming a doctor would be so much money, so much respect, parents would approve, people would look at you and treat you with respect. You know those rewards will be really high. So you think, okay, I want to be a doctor. But then you think to yourself, what would the process of becoming a doctor look like? You would have to go to medical school, 10 years, so much money spent on school, countless hours and hours and hours studying, countless hours and hours and hours just stuck in your room, studying, learning all of these things, because you have to do all that to become a doctor. And here's the truth. Every single path you go down, especially for careers, every single career path you go down will have pains, and will have things that make you feel uncomfortable and make you not like. But do you actually like those pains? Are you actually okay with those pains? Choose pains that are actually worth it for you. If you like the process of studying 10 years in medical school, working really hard, doing all these internships, learning so much, and studying biology, all of these things, if you would genuinely like the process and you were like, hey, that actually sounds fun. I love learning about those things. And I know that it's going to help a lot of people in the world. I want to do it. It actually sounds fun for me and I'm okay with it. Maybe the test will be a little hard and maybe I might not get enough sleep sometimes, but I feel like it's worth it. I would totally like that. If you're like that, then go ahead and choose that path. But if the idea of you in that process, you experiencing that path just makes you cringe and you're like, oh crap, that sounds awful, I would not like that, then it might be time for you to rethink what you actually want authentically. Because we all fall into that trap. I did too, of chasing after a desire that I didn't authentically want because I thought it would give me status and respect. And I told this story before, but for the longest time, I thought that I wanted to become a CEO of a really big, successful company. And I would see myself living the CEO lifestyle of having a super big skyscraper building as my office, being really wealthy, having so many private jets, so many people looking up at me and treating me with respect. And then I did go on that process. I did actually go on that process of working my butt off, working super hard, grinding and grinding and grinding, doing all these things, trying all these different business ideas that I didn't even like, and that just drained my soul out of me. And I was doing all of these things, and eventually one moment when I was just so burnt out and so upset in my suffering, I was like, you know what, this feels awful and this is not worth it, and this is not how I want my life to be. And then I immediately switched up. I immediately dropped those unsuccessful businesses that I hated working on because I thought that they would make me the most money. And then I left all of that behind, and now I'm pursuing a business that makes me feel truly fulfilled, makes me feel happy. Now I have so much more free time because I chose this specific business model. So much more free time, I feel fulfilled, and I'm making the world a better place, and I'm helping people like my past self. That's the realization I had, and I want to save you time and tell you now to first really think to yourself if that's what you truly want. Every single path has pains. Find pains that you're okay with and you think is worth it for the lifestyle that you want to live. That was really long. That was a really long rant. But I wish my past self knew this. And if you're anything like my past self, you might have needed to hear that too. Let's get into step number 2, which is to break down your long-term goals into activities that you could do daily or weekly. This looks like you having your long-term goal of earning a lot of money through your business, of losing this much amount of weight, or finally traveling to this country, and you starting to break it down into something that you could do right now consistently every single day. A goal is basically, I want to lose 10 pounds, but a habit is more like, I will walk every single day for 30 minutes in the mornings at 6 a.m. That's a habit. A goal is really vague, but a habit is something that you could do right away, immediately into your daily life. And that's what we want you to do. And of course, when you have that long-term goal of yours, start to break it down into smaller goals and then break that smaller goal into a habit. For example, if you want to become a musician, but right now you don't have any music experience and all you know is that you really like this instrument and you want to join a band and you're okay with the process of what it takes to get to becoming a successful musician, you could, first of all, you have your instrument with you right now, but maybe you don't feel super confident in your skills. So your short-term goal would be to get really good at this instrument and completely master it, okay? And then after you accomplish that short-term goal, you could then increase it and level it up to something like, I want to audition for a band and successfully join that band. You work your way up slowly towards that goal of yours. And right now, your short-term goal is, I want to get really, really good at playing my instrument. Maybe it's a saxophone. I don't know. And what you could do right now as a small habit, start really small, by the way, is to practice my saxophone every single day at 5 p.m. for 30 minutes. And then once you get used to doing that, remember, we're going to start small because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves with fear, because our brains are prone to resisting change. It's best to go as slow as possible when you're introducing new habits and start really tiny, like starting to practice for 30 minutes instead of like overwhelming yourself like, oh my God, I have to practice for 2 hours every single day and I have to go for saxophone classes 1 hour every week. You're going to freak out. You are probably going to quit early if you do that. And now your goal, your current daily habit, is to practice your saxophone for 30 minutes every single day. Once you get used to that for like 3 weeks, you do that consistently, you could level it up to, I'm going to join a saxophone class and I'm going to attend it for an hour or 2 hours every single week, along with you practicing your saxophone. Or you can just get rid of practicing your saxophone and just sign up for a saxophone class where you will get feedback on how you're playing 3 days a week, an hour each. That's how it basically works. Habits should be something that's really clear and something that you could do right away, right now. And another really important thing that I want to mention, this is step 3, by the way, is to prioritize your tasks, prioritize your daily schedule, and change it to add your super important habits that will get to your dream life in them. Make sure to prioritize what you're doing day to day. If you say that you want to become a musician, but then you're spending all your time just poring over schoolwork, poring over the assignments that you have to get done because you're still in school maybe, or you're still working a job that you don't even like, then you're just sacrificing your dream. You're sacrificing accomplishing that goal. If you come home from work and you're like, oh no, I can't play my saxophone today because I have this really big project that I need to get done, but you don't even like work and your goal is to become a musician, then wouldn't it be more important for you to focus on playing your saxophone rather than work, actual work? And I know like money is a really big thing too. You need to earn a living, you need to earn money, but why don't you prioritize your saxophone first and then do work afterwards? So you won't be tired out by the end of it and you won't forget to play your saxophone. Prioritizing your day-to-day schedule, prioritizing the tasks that you do in order of importance of what will bring you to the life you want and what will help you get to the life you want is so, so important. So important. Because a lot of people I've noticed, like they just get too caught up in their daily life, too caught up in the tasks and work that they have, that they avoid making time for the things that are really, really going to be so impactful and help them create a life that they love. And another thing that I want to mention real quick is that if you want to figure out what habit that you have to do and you're kind of confused on what habit you could start right now, just brainstorm different ideas. Just brainstorm, open up a notebook, and just write down for like 4 minutes quickly every single activity that you could do right now to help you get closer to that version of you that has your desire. And once you identify like a couple of habits that you're okay with starting right now and you feel pretty comfortable with, it's not too scary, not too out of your comfort zone, but it's a little bit challenging as well, put that into your schedule, daily or weekly. Put it into your schedule at the same time every single day, every single week. It should be at the same time because you putting in that activity at the same time every single day helps it solidify into your schedule and helps it be more like a habit instead of like a one-time thing that you're trying. And if you're inconsistent with it a couple of times, it's fine. Like we all have those days where, even I do have those days where sometimes like I have to cut out working out because I'm going to go somewhere, etc. So I can't work on that habit of mine. But that's okay. That's okay. That's just life. But don't avoid your habit for more than 2 days. Like, try to be consistent with it. And now, if you want to learn more about how you can do this and how you can align your mindset and your habits to help you create the life that you want and manifest and embody the version of you that has your desires, check out my Mindset and Habits Masterclass. First link in the description box below. It'll transform your life. There's going to be so much life transformational content in there. So check it out if you want to learn more in depth with me. There's also one-to-one DM access with me, so you can ask me any questions that you might have, specifically tailored to you. I will answer and reply back. So check it out if you want to. And also, if you want to learn more about being more consistent with your habits and really solidifying them into your routine and quitting bad habits, check out my video on mastering your habits. I will link it somewhere here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye.